Okay, we are going to do a quick simulation of the upcoming championship fight between Khabib and Gaethje at UFC 254. Let's see what happens. This is happening tomorrow, so hopefully I can finish this by the end of today. But yeah, the simulations are kind of interesting just to see what could potentially happen. I was kind of skeptical about the simulations before, but since I've been playing the career mode, the fighters seem to be like really spot on for how they are in real life, for the most part. So I'm more into it now than I was for the first time I did it, but it's just fun anyway. So Gaethje coming in, supposed to be the biggest test for Khabib so far. For a long time we all thought it was going to be Tony Ferguson, and then this guy just put on an absolute clinic. Justin Gaethje, my favorite Mexican fighter. He is of Mexican descent. I think like half, maybe, or less than half. But it's true. And then the man from Dagestan. Just amazing wrestling. So I've been super curious about his stand-up. I don't know what that stand-up is based in. I don't know if that's like a Sambo style, because he fights like really, it looks really unorthodox and it looks like really unsafe, but it's like really well suited for his style, because he'll throw those big hands and then he opens people up and gets a takedown pretty clean. It looks really weird, but it must be. I'm not really well versed in these styles of stand-up, so maybe that's like something in Sambo. Maybe it's a Dagestan like type of stand-up. I'm not sure, but it's just not something where I'm used to. But it works. Like when he clipped Connor, that was like the most exciting moment of that fight. When he got him used to throwing that big old overhand right, and then he like feinted with it, or I think he went for like a takedown, and then he like teased it, but then that fake shoot caught Connor, and then that big overhand right was like so cool. Yeah, so Gaethje's interesting because we've pretty much only ever seen him, at least in MMA, stand-up. We all know he has some like really serious background in wrestling, but he has said that he doesn't want to use it. I forget why he says that. Something about like wanting to prove that, or because it's like stand-up, he just wants to prove he can do that, and it's more exciting for him anyway. But I'm really excited to see what happens if he gets taken down and if he can stuff it. So I was trying to find out like who has pushed Khabib, like when are the times he's been closest to maybe losing, and everyone said to watch one of his earlier UFC fights. This guy named Gleison Tibau, who just looked like a freaking mini Hulk, just super ripped. But Khabib was trying takedown after takedown, and the guy stuffed like 11 in a row or something like that, where he made him look like pretty ineffective. In fact, Khabib got taken down a few times. But that was a long time ago. That was like 2011 or 12. So, I'm sure he's massively improved, even in just, what was that, like 8 years? Which he has, I mean. But the interesting thing about Khabib, too, is I think half of his UFC fights have gone to decision. They're all unanimous. But he's not like... I don't know why in my head I always picture him as just like ground and pound, game over. But it's not the case every time. At least in the sense that it doesn't... It's not always like a TKO or something. And this is the crazy thing about Gaethje. I think this dude has some serious, like... His right hand is so much stronger than it gets credit for. Like the knockout to James Vick. Or... Okay, taking it back. Or, who's the other guy, the Brazilian guy, that he caught, like, he was chasing him while the other guy was running around the side of the fence, and he clipped him, and it was like, it doesn't look like it's that strong, but there's some, like, sneaky power in there. And, I mean, I know Conor has a strong hand, but I think Gaethje's just like so much more wild in not necessarily a dangerous way, but in like a it's hard for people to deal with. So this something like this could happen. So I put them both on legendary.
Defensively, you better be careful. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long.
I don't think it'll simulate him doing the Dagestani or Dagestan handcuff. I don't know if the game knows how to do that yet. But yeah, Khabib's wrestling is so awesome to watch. And I really like it because a lot of the time in UFC fights when things go to the ground, like crowd starts booing and it's super annoying because so much is going on and it's so hard to do what they're doing that it's like, you know, for the person who sort of knows what's going on, it's really exciting. But it's like the same thing as like watching a really good baseball game. The super boring ones are when the pitchers are really good, and I get it. You want to see people get knocked out, but I do too. But I have a small background in jiu-jitsu, so I really enjoy really cool body control, the manipulation of somebody's body in accordance to yours. Yeah, so we saw some good stuff there. Gaethje's got good hands. He protected himself well enough, but once Khabib got on top, just hard to deal with. And Khabib's strong too. Like, it's not to say that he doesn't have power in his hands. It's just maybe not something he's known for. But he's tagged people. That could happen. I'll swing through. Here it comes. Oh, to a triangle armbar. I mean, his whole thing is like getting somebody. Oh shoot! about to say, his whole thing is getting somebody to a point where they can't really defend themselves. And he just wails on him till either a submission opens up or you're just drowning too much. This is where he jumps in the crowd onto Dylan Dennis. This is number one bullshit.
Let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
Just watch how slowly he approaches the submission, though. He never rushes. He takes his
so I don't know.
but it's his trickiness. It's his ability.
I don't know who I want to win or who I think will win. I don't really have an answer for either one of those. I'm just excited. This fight's gonna be awesome. The Whitaker Cannonier fight is gonna be awesome. I think it will probably last longer than that, but it could happen. 156 into round 2. I mean, Khabib, he's got to be the favorite, right? I mean, he has to be. I don't really look at like lines, Vegas stuff, but I would assume if I had to put money on it, he'd probably be the favorite by a decent amount. But man, Gaethje really surprised people with Tony Ferguson, so especially on short notice. So I'm excited. That should be pretty cool. If I have time, maybe I'll do another one just to see, but I kind of just like to start one, end one, just leave it at that, see how good the simulations go. But pretty fun just to talk about and see who could potentially win according to the game. If anyone ends up watching this video, tell me who you think is going to win and why. I need, like, don't just give me a name. I want to know why you think they'll win. I think it's more fun if you do a little research and don't just play based on favoritism. I think it's cool, and there's a little bit of history to back up a claim. It's more fun to talk about anyway. Alright. Farewell.